Mitchell Robinson back before early March. Road to the ECF is getting a little bit more clear, but will it be enough for Jalen Brunson to carry us through? Hit that rock. Salute, salute, salute. Let's get it. Let's talk about Mitchell Robinson. But before we get started, make sure to hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the dark notification bell to get each and every notification for each and every video I put out there. I appreciate you guys being here. And also visit underdogfantasy.com. We are winning money almost each and every day over here, man. Now, instead of $100, you get matched to a $500 on your first deposit using the code word Legion or LOK. Again, match up to $500 on underdogfantasy.com using the code word Legion or LOK. Sign up today and make some money, man. We making money over here, bro. Dante Vincenzo, that's my dun-dun, as they say. But let's get started. So, according to Tim Bontemps of ESPN, Mitchell Robinson might be coming back as early March. Now, Mitchell Robinson's been out with an ankle injury, suffering on his left leg since December 8th. He's been out, suffered against the Boston Celtics. And he has been progressing to shooting drills, started to resume workouts, or was believed to have been resuming his workouts after the All-Star break. They expect him to gradually go on to contact drills from one-on-ones and then progress up to 5-on-5 scrimmages once he's ready. And Tom Thibodeau spoke about it on February 6th. He spoke about Mitchell Robinson starting to resume on-court activities after All-Star break. So again, positive news for the Knicks. For a guy, Mitchell Robinson, who this season was playing out of his mind, playing at an All-Star level, might some say Hall of Fame level regarding certain stats. Now in 21 games a season for the Knicks, I believe were 12-9 in that record. Mitchell Robinson was averaging around 6.2 points a game on 59% shooting from the field, 1.5 steals a game, 1.3 blocks. But he also was putting up a career high 10.3 rebounds a game, and also going with a league-leading 5.3 offensive rebounds a game, which would have led the league for the past 5 years, I believe, if he was able to keep that average up, sustain that average or improve it throughout the season. This will go along with 4.1 contested offensive rebounds a game, which led the league. Second in league box outs per game at 3.3, which is right under Wendell Carter's. And then number one in offensive box outs at 1.8 a game. Again, Mitchell Robinson has been an absolute terror for the Knicks now. Some people might say, well, Isaiah Hartenstein has played well in his absence. And yes, Isaiah Hartenstein is having a really solid season this year. Now he's getting guys like freaking Will Hardy to comment on him and build up his damn trade value. But the Knicks under Isaiah Hartenstein are 21-13, and it's weird because it's like the Knicks are this weird bag of four teams that I'll get to in a minute. But just want to show you some of the stats before and after injury. Now, some people might look at this and say, "Whoa, look at the stats. We don't need Mitchell Robinson," which again, so you might be out of your freaking mind. Now, granted, in the past, we're able to kind of cover for Mitchell Robinson, guys like Nones Well, who the Knicks have been rumored to want again. Which, come on, what are we doing here? And obviously, is Isaiah Hartenstein this season, but Isaiah Hartenstein is also getting hurt with more minutes. And then you have your backup in Jericho Sims. But it's not even just that. I think it's also Tom Thibodeau's done a great job in building a philosophy of rebounding, controlling the boards, boxing out. Name of the game, fundamentals. There's a reason why we got guys like Josh Hart. There's a reason why you're seeing games 2-3 guys crash on boards. And meanwhile, Isaiah Hartenstein's not even anywhere to be found. And we had that nice little run with OG Anunoby, where you saw the effort, you saw the rebounding on all fronts, until obviously he got hurt. I think it was stopped playing the 27th of January. But again, Mitchell Robinson, it'll be great to have him here. As you can see the stats, like I mentioned, defensive rating actually improved once he went down or once he left. But again, tell 4 teams I'm going to talk about in a minute. Opponents' points per games. was mostly the same. Offensive opponents' points in the paint definitely worsened without Mitch Robinson, who's an absolute terror on the help side. His help defense is absolutely disgusting. Blocks, just an absolute terror in the presence, something that we miss in Atlanta Hawks series. I wish we had against freaking bum-ass Trae Young. Three-point defense has definitely actually stayed the same, even though I would say in the run that we had with OG Anunoby, that percentage definitely improved. But again, since it's encompassing everything, including time without OG Anunoby before he came to the Knicks and after he got hurt, and so it looks a little muddied up. And then you can see offensive rebounds, mostly the same because of Tom Thibodeau's coaching, his philosophy. Defensive rebounds did improve, which is kind of interesting. And then the plus minus actually improved from 11th to 7th. That also includes the magical run with OG Anunoby. But again, it's the coaching. If you could have a team here of Mitchell Robinson, think about the Knicks. Think about this. We're missing 6 of our main contributors on this team at various times throughout the season, especially through this last run that we just had. We went on this little losing streak. You're missing your starting center, Mitchell Robinson. You're missing the starting wing you traded for, which means that the 2 players you no longer get the production of IQ and RJ Barrett, but you're missing OG Anunoby now. You're missing Bojan Bogdanovic, one of the major depth pieces just traded for. You're also you're missing Isaiah Hartenstein, who's your backup center. You're missing Don DiVincenzo at one point, who's essentially your number two, your starting shooting guard. Then you're missing your number 2 guy, Julius Randle. So it's been a wild ride for the Knicks. And again, like I mentioned before, it seems as if it's a tale of 4 teams this season. Now, let's go through the 4 phases that the Knicks have been through this season. You had the Mitch Robinson, Mitch Robinson pre-injury, where he's putting up his freaking absurd stats. The Knicks were only 12-9 during that period. Jalen Brunson, when you look at it stat-wise, was having a solid run. Randall's actually struggling from the court. I won't say struggling, but he was just inconsistent from the court. I believe he's shooting like 30% from the field, 43% from 3. I think he's averaging like 24 points a game. And you have like the Jekyll and Hyde Randall, where first half he's just bombing threes or shooting from the outside, and it's like, Randall, get your ass in the paint. Then the second half he'll go and start attacking the paint. Some games it was enough. Some games it was a little bit too late. But in that time, the Knicks were 11th in offensive rating, 9th in defensive rating. 21st in points per game, but 3rd in offensive rebounds because, again, your man Mitch Robinson carried us. Now, then you had the period after, the period right around Dante DiVincenzo starting, but it was still pre-OG Anunoby. This is where your man Quentin Grimes was taken out of the lineup. Mind you, in the previous period, we still had guys like RJ Barrett and IQ, and their, at least RJ Barrett's inconsistent production. You had IQ's up and down minutes, their games, like the Bucks game, the first one, when Randall ished the bed. When they took out a relatively solid IQ, didn't allow him to basically play in the fourth. It made no sense. And I hate it. I know he was up for trading, but it's like, bro, you use the pieces that are there. But you have to deal with those pieces in the first iteration, second iteration. Had the Dante DiVincenzo, but pre-OG Anunoby. The Knicks were 8th in offensive rating, 10th in offensive points in points per game, but our defensive rating was basura. No OG Anunoby. Mitch Robinson was out. That Knicks team was scrambling badly. Then the beautiful, glorious OG Anunoby trade. Now, of course, they traded my son. He traded the son. I wasn't made to play the son. I'm all off on the wire. But my son RJ Barrett was traded. Him and IQ. OG Anunoby came through. Knicks started to look like what Tom Thibodeau's always envisioned. This big wing team that could play the passing lanes, defend, convert defense into offense, can hit shots from the outside. You have your star guard. You have your depth at the guard positions. Man, things were looking lovely. The Knicks at the time were 12-2 in the win-loss column. In those games, the Knicks were 9th in offensive rating, despite still being 18 in points per game, but the first defensive rating. 9th in three-pointers made, 8th in three-pointers attempted. I believe you had 4 guys in the span averaging, like they were the 4th, or they were in like the top 5 or top 10 and overall plus minuses in the NBA, which is just absolutely glorious. And then OJ Anunoby goes down. OJ Anunoby goes down. And Knicks have not been... he went down, I believe. He stopped playing like the 27th. And the Knicks have just not been the same since then. Scrambling. Isaiah Hartenstein has also been hurt as well, too. The Knicks have been going out with lineups. Lineups with, no offense, Jericho Sims. Pressure Achua has definitely stepped up lovely in that time span. But everything has fallen on Jalen Brunson. Obviously, we had the Rockets game, but that we should have at least had a chance to win in overtime. But you also had some games like the Mavericks. We got mollywopped with the poor team that we had. The Pacers also mollywopped us without when we had, we're going out with guys, and again, my son McBride, but guys, absolutely no depth behind Jalen Brunson. Again, mollywop losing by at one point almost down by 20. So it's been a tell of 4 teams this season for the Knicks. Knicks have been trying to scramble and use depth any way they can. Probably looking at the buyout market as well too. I wish we just freaking signed Marcus Moore, excuse me. But what do I know? But again, it'll be great to get Mitchell Robinson back. He'd be a major boom for this offense and this defense. Definitely provide some defensive cover for this team in the paint. Also help the Knicks with the second chance opportunity, especially with Isaiah Hartenstein out. And probably Isaiah Hartenstein probably is better off as a guy coming off the bench. But can the Knicks carry this onto the ECF or even make the ECF as of right now? Again, the Knicks do have about 27 games left to go. The Knicks are 4th in the Eastern Conference, right above the 76ers at 33 and 22. The 76ers are 5th. Then you have the Pacers, Heat, and the Magic. And like I've said before, I don't want to face the Magic in the opening rounds. The Pacers may be an issue if you're not fully healthy. The Heat, they're always going to be the Heat. It's going to be a tough, ugly series regardless. I love to stay in that 4th or 5th position and kind of oscillate between us and the 76ers. Again, it's a team of the 76ers who are just not 100%. I've definitely been struggling without Joel Embiid. I believe he's been out the last, 8? The last 8 games. But yeah, the next 10 games coming up. Now, we do have a nice stretch where we're playing about 9 games at home. 9 of our next 10 games are coming at home. We do have a game against our first game on Thursday against the 76ers away. They're 3-5 since Joel Embiid went down with an injury. But then we have the Celtics, who are a tough team. We've lost them 3 times already this season. Can't stop the KP pick and pop with Jason Tatum. Then you have guys like Drew Holiday went off of us. Derek White also bullied us. They're the best team in the NBA. So that's probably going to be a loss. Pistons, 2-8 in the last 10. That's a team that we should be able to beat. They're a team in disarray right now. Even though they gave us issues. My son, Kate Cunningham, gave us issues last time they came to the Garden. The Pelicans have been probably one of the more hotter teams in the NBA, one of the more underrated teams. They're 7-1 in their last 8. So that's a team that's always played us relatively tough, especially when we go and play them away. But they're coming to our home to play us. Then we have the Warriors, who, despite the fact that they're just nowhere near as good as they've been, despite, I know that they had that little win against the Phoenix Suns, and your man Draymond Green is acting like an imbecile. But again, I don't put anything past Steph Curry, despite the fact that Klay Thompson, the son of sending your man Klay Thompson. Man, my son Kuminga starting. The Warriors are another tough team. That's a weird team. Cleveland Cavaliers probably going to be our toughest matchup. Eastern Conference foes right now. They're in second place in Eastern Conference, 36-17. Several games behind the Celtics. They're probably not going to catch up. They're about 6 games behind the Celtics. So they'll probably be fine to sustain that sustain that second piece right above the third place Hawks, who are 35-21. And then you got the Hawks, the Magic, who I don't like facing. They've beaten us all 3 times this season. Definitely been an issue for the Knicks. Beating us with Randall, without Randall. Doesn't matter what we've thrown at them. They've been a team that came and hit threes on us. They could beat us. They beat us with threes last game. They beat us without threes the game before. Like, bro, Magic are going to be a tough out. And then you have 2 games against the 76ers at home. So Knicks could easily be, if I'm looking at this record, I think we could beat the 76ers at least 2 out of the next 3 games in that 10-game stretch. Then you have the Magic at home. I think that could be a win if guys are healthy. Hawks, I think we could beat. Cavaliers. I'm not sure we're beating with the hobble team. If we're all if if mid, yeah, I can see it easily being a 4-6 run. I can easily see it as being a 4-6 run. You beat the 76ers twice. You beat the Hawks. That's 3. You could possibly beat the Warriors. Maybe 5-5 because I'm taking the Pistons as well too. I could easily be 5-5. So it's gonna be a tough stretch. Now some other news: OG Anunoby. It came out that OG Anunoby is gonna be reevaluated again in 2 to 3 weeks. There's on one side, but on the other side, people saying that I believe Tom Thibodeau came out and said that he's confident OG Anunoby is gonna be playing before the season, regular season's out, which is not a good thing. Again, OG Anunoby is a very injury-prone player. Has had injuries like this in the past. He's nagging injuries. Now it's with the elbow injury, which I believe they've done some surgery on as well too. Which is not a good sign, but he's probably the key piece to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein definitely shore up your front court, but we talk about a wing that could go out there, disrupt, switch anywhere from 3 to 4. Sorry, anywhere from your 1 to your 4, even some small ball 5s. He's an absolute game changer. So without him, I'm not sure we get to that ECF. With him healthy enough, him, Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, that defense, that defense in the front court, and then you could bring back Randall, who Tom Thibodeau seemed optimistic about. Randall has been doing more and more drills to feel more comfortable. Hasn't done any contact drills yet, but is a guy that Tom Thibodeau has been very optimistic about returning before the season is out. It's a lot of moving pieces right now, but Mitchell Robinson coming back definitely helps. Also have to control his minutes and contact and whatnot. We're playing some teams with some testy front courts in the next 10. But if Mitchell Robinson can come back early March, take things slow, have Isaiah Hartenstein to be his backup, the Knicks could be humming in the next 27 games and possibly holding on that 4th spot. But it's all about enough guys being healthy that other guys don't overexert and overexpose themselves and get caught up in injuries. Because if that happens, we're done. And it's all about how do you build around Jalen Brunson. If Jalen Brunson gets hurt, knock on wood, something happens to him, we are screwed. So we'll see. But guys, make sure to hit like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the dark notification bell to get each and every notification for each and every video. I appreciate you guys. Tell me your comments. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. How do you feel about Mitchell Robinson coming back? The idea that this has been a team of 4 iterations, 4 stages this season. How do you guys feel about the next 10 games coming up? The next 27, which is the final 27 of the season. Do we make a run like we've had in years prior? A few years ago, when we made the playoffs with Derrick Rose, we had that run. You know, everybody knows Tom Thibodeau is a man of runs. We also had a run the season when we run 12-2 with OG Anunoby. Can we make a run with Mitchell Robinson being healthy? Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Brunson, Isaiah Hartenstein, Dante DiVincenzo. Is that enough to carry us through the ECF? I say no. I think you still need OG Anunoby. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Your boy Gmo, Legion Knicks. I appreciate you guys. Peace, Lou. God bless. I'll see you later.